Just want to give you my quick impressions of the P40 Pro, having a quick look and compare it to the S20 Ultra in terms of what it's giving you. And man, this is such a good looking phone. I love the screen, I love the design. No Google outside of China is a problem, but man, this is an amazing bit of hardware. So with all the leaks we got in the run up to the P40 Pro series launch, we got these rumors about a quad curved display. That was the display curving not just on the left and right, but the top and bottom. And in my videos, I said I was wondering whether Huawei would actually make the screen itself curve around at the bottom and the top like it would do on the sides, or whether it was just the glass that would curve into the body. And we have our answer now. It is indeed just the glass. The screen itself does stop, so there is still a bezel at the top and bottom, but the glass itself now curves into those top bezels. So actually the bezels themselves are almost glass at the top and bottom, and you get a normal curve on the left and right. I would say the S20 Ultra's curve is a little bit more subtle on the left and right, and of course there is no curve whatsoever on the top and bottom on the S20 Ultra. The differences are actually quite subtle, but I really think that this quad curve display has some legs, and we might see this come to more flagships in the future. It's a absolutely stunning design, honestly, and it makes the phone feels so premium. The 90Hz display is definitely a good thing. Huawei said at the launch event that they chose 90Hz because it was the perfect mix between having a flagship type feeling with the high refresh rate, but also battery life. Yeah, I do kind of believe that. Huawei have always been about battery life, and it does make sense. Although, of course, all of the S20 phones do have 120Hz, which a lot of people are going to like and go for anyway. The other big difference, and you really can't miss it on this screen, is that huge cutout. Again, I'm in two minds here, and Huawei have chosen function over form a little bit, which they do tend to lean towards. You have a depth sensor and an IR sensor, so there's a lot of stuff in there, but definitely it's not as beautiful as the very small center positioned cutout on the S20 Ultra. Huawei also gave us information about the P40 Pro Plus, which is an absolute monster and is probably the S20 Ultra rival. I actually think that the P40 Pro sits only just under the S20 Ultra. You can't really compare it to the S20 Plus because the cameras on this phone definitely give you way more than the S20 Plus. They give you almost as much as the S20 Ultra, and then the P40 Pro Plus giving you that amazing 10 times optical zoom. I'm super excited about that. It comes in these three really amazing matte finishes, which are so good looking. You don't get that in the S20 series. Apparently the reason Samsung didn't go for a quad curve display is because they weren't able to curve the glass around on the corners. Neither were Huawei though, so you get this flat edge at the corners. I actually think they did a really good job, but you can definitely see where it's going in the future with curves around the entire device into the bezels. I can't really give you my opinion on the camera because I haven't tested it, but yeah, definitely subscribe if you want to see a camera test between the S20 Ultra and the P40 Pro. That is definitely going to happen. The two approaches are so different. Samsung is using a lot of high megapixel image sensors and cropping into them. Huawei is using a totally different approach with two main cameras, one for video, which also doubles as the ultra wide, a main camera for photo, and then optical zoom range all the way. Huawei have added loads of new features to the camera as well, including the new hardware, which is just going to help things. Definitely from a hardware standpoint, I think it goes toe to toe with the very best, right up there with the S20 series in terms of just the look and the feel and the quality of everything. But of course, the software outside of China is a massive problem. They are putting loads of money into the app gallery and Huawei mobile services. But I think for a lot of you guys, especially spending this sort of money, you don't want any compromises whatsoever. And the Samsung phones offer Google as well as all the other Android manufacturers. Still a very, very interesting phone, and it is amazing how good this hardware is.